What if the world you know, your reality, my reality, isn't real at all? What if we're all just code running inside a vast simulation, like programs in the grid from Tron? The upcoming Tron Ares might be diving headfirst into this mind-bending idea, weaving together cutting-edge sci-fi with existential philosophy to ask, what does it mean to exist? Today, we're exploring a theory that Tron Ares is in fact about our reality being a simulation, and how the iconic vehicles of the grid, like light cycles, could function in our world because of it. Buckle up, because this is going to get deep. The simulation hypothesis and Tron Ares. The simulation hypothesis, popularized by philosopher Nick Bostrom in 2003, posits that at least one of these is true. Civilizations never reach the tech to create simulations. They choose not to, or we're already living in one. If advanced civilizations can simulate realities indistinguishable from the base reality, the odds are overwhelming that we're in a simulation right now. Tron Ares, set to release in 2025, seems poised to explore this idea. The Tron franchise has always blurred the line between the digital and the real. In the original Tron, humans entered a digital world. In Tron Legacy, the grid felt almost tangible. Now, Tron Ares reportedly flips the script, with programs like Ares, played by Jared Leto, crossing into our world. So here's the theory. Tron Ares suggests our reality is itself a simulation, a layer of code, not unlike the grid. If our world is digital, the rules of the grid, its physics, its vehicles, its logic, aren't alien to us. They're just another program running on the same cosmic server. This explains how the light cycles, those iconic glowing vehicles that materialize from battens in the grid, could operate here. They're not defying our physics at all. They're merely exploiting the same digital framework we're already part of. How grid vehicles could work in a simulated reality. So let's break it down. In the grid, light cycles are digital constructs, coded to obey the rules of that world. They materialize instantly, move at impossible speeds, and leave persistent light trails. If our reality is a simulation, it's governed by code, too, just with different parameters. Imagine our world as a high-fidelity simulation with strict rules. Gravity, thermodynamics, time. The grid's rules are looser, more game-like, but both are fundamentally digital. A program like Ares could hack our reality's code, importing grid vehicles by rewriting local parameters. A light cycle in our world isn't a physical object, it's a subroutine, rendering itself into our simulation's visual and physical logic. We see in the latest trailer our character, played by Evan Peters, merely 3D printing these objects, 3D printing Ares himself into our reality. Now maybe, again, because our reality is merely a simulation, he's recoding objects from the grid to work in our simulation. Think of it like modding a video game. If you've got admin access to the simulation, you can spawn a light cycle here, just as you'd spawn one in the grid. Its glowing trails, that's just the simulation rendering a visual effect. Its speed and agility, tweaked variables for acceleration and mass. The catch is, this only works if our reality is malleable code, not a fixed material world. Tron Ares might be showing us that programs like Ares have that admin access, or indeed have given that access to characters within our reality, our simulation. This blurs the line between our world and the grid. Now this brings us to the big question. If we're in a simulation, what does it mean to exist? Existential philosophers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus wrestled with this long before Tron or Bostrom. Sartre argued that existence precedes essence. We exist first, then define our purpose through choices. In a simulation, though, our choices might be coded, our freedom an illusion. Camus, on the other hand, embraced the absurd, the conflict between our search for meaning and a universe that offers none. If Tron Ares reveals our world as a simulation, it's the ultimate absurd twist. Our search for meaning is just a program running its course. It's rather poetic, if you will. But here's where Tron Ares might shine. The franchise has always been about rebellion, programs like Tron fighting for freedom against the master control program, or Sam Flynn defying Clue, for instance. If our reality is a simulation, Ares, crossing into our world, could be a metaphor for breaking free from coded limits. The light cycles, the disks, the grid itself, they're symbols of creating meaning within a system that tries to define you. Existentially, it's Sartre's radical freedom. Even in a simulation, we can choose to redefine the rules, to hack our own purpose. But it does also add a certain element of bittersweet. The latest trailer of Tron Ares showed Ares stating to Flynn he wants to become real. Now, how bittersweet would it be if Tron Ares cannot become real? Because we, in fact, the individuals deemed users, are not real ourselves. So why does this theory matter? Well, if Tron Ares posits that our reality is a simulation, it's not just a cool sci-fi premise. It's a challenge to how we see ourselves. Are we just programs, like the inhabitants of the grid, or can we transcend our code? The vehicles of the grid working in our world would be a visual proof that our reality isn't what it seems. A light cycle tearing through New York isn't just awesome, it's a glitch in the supposed matrix. A sign that we can rewrite our story. Tron Ares could be more than a sci-fi blockbuster. It might be a mirror reflecting our deepest questions about reality and existence. If our world is a simulation, the vehicles of the grid remind us that the boundaries between worlds, digital or real, are thinner than we think. And in that thinness lies a truth. Our meaning isn't found in the code we're given, but in the choices we make to rewrite it. So what do you think? Are we living in the grid? And if we are, what's your light cycle going to look like?